Jeg heter Mario, jeg kommer fra Chile og snakker bare litt norsk, så jeg skal snakke på engelsk nå. And I would like to tell you about two of my passions, football and mathematics. Since I was a little kid, I'm a big fan of football, but I also like numbers. I love mathematics. So when I started to do research, I was wondering, could I combine mathematics and football in the same research project? And one day I realized that the schedule of games of my favorite team had many disadvantages, and I decided to do something for that. The schedule of a football league is the program of games that must be played during the season of the league. Po norsk, terminliste. For example, Rosenborg play against Brann in the first round of the TP Liga in 2011 in March of this year at Bergen Stadium. And do you think it was the coach of Brann who called the coach of Rosenborg and asked him, "Hey man, do you want to play against my team tomorrow? Let me see the weather forecast. Is it going to be raining in Bergen?" Yes! Of course, it was not like that. There was a plan, a program made in advance by the managers of the league. If there will be only 2 or few teams in the league, the problem of schedule will be quite easy. But in practice, most football leagues around the world have many teams, normally between 16 and 20, so there are about 200 games to schedule in about 30 days in the calendar, so the problem becomes much harder. This is the problem that at the beginning of the season, the managers of the league need to solve, selecting only one schedule out of a million of alternatives. Since the very old times, most of the football leagues around the world used to have a random procedure to schedule their games. I propose the use of mathematics and informatics to generate better schedules that can consider economic conditions, sport fairness, attractiveness for the fans, TV channels requirement, and many other conditions. In total, more than 1,000. How do I use mathematics? Well, I represent each game of the league by variables, X, Y, or Z. These variables represent decision on which team is playing against each other, when, and where. And also, I create mathematical relations to consider all these economic sport fairness conditions, creating relations for these variables. So, for example, it will be very exhausting for the players of a team in the south to travel north, west, and east in 3 consecutive games. So if we want to avoid this, we can express it by a mathematical relation as simple like this one. But when there are many conditions, many equations, the problem becomes very hard, and it's almost impossible to solve it only using your brain, your pen, and a book. So we need the support of a computer. In summary, I help the managers of the football league to schedule their games. I translate their problem into mathematics, then I translate this mathematics into a computer language, and then I obtain a solution. This solution is a football schedule that is fair for all the teams. It gives them economical advantage. It also makes it more attractive to the fans who love this beautiful sport. I do personally love mathematics, I love football, and in this project, I could get them together. So now I love them even more. What else could I ask for? Just 6 more minutes to win the Forsker Grand Prix. If you give me your points, I promise in the final round to tell you about the application of this type of research around the world, my personal experience applying it in a football league in Chile, and I would also like to answer you, why was Brann the champion in 2007? Will they ever make it again? Tusen tack.